Now about the adipose tissue. Adipose tissue, it is the second type of the tissue from the loose connective tissue. First one is areolar tissue, second one is adipose tissue, third one is reticular tissue. Student, what about the adipose tissue? It is with fat cells, adipose cells present in the adipose tissue. These are the cells also called adipocytes. Excess amount of the nutrients present in the body, these are converts into the fats and stored in the fatty cells present in the adipose tissue. These are the cells present in the adipose tissue, also called adipocytes. Student, it is with fat cells, also called adipose cells, and adipocytes. These are the cells also called adipocytes. And student, a few amount of the protein fibers also present in this type of the tissue. And student, adipose tissue present beneath the skin, it is act as also provides the thermal insulation. Insulation means keep it. Student, it is by the presence of the adipose tissue, body never loses its temperature and helps in maintain the temperature. Temperature is never losses through the body. It is inhibits the losing of the temperature from the body. That is thermal insulation. Provides, it is beneath adipose tissue present beneath the skin and provides thermal insulation. And it is also forms the blubber of whales and in sea cows. Student, whales, sea cows are aquatic mammals. Okay, it is the adipose tissue forms the blubber beneath the skin and also act as or prevent the loss of the temperature from the body. Next, student, storage tissue in hump of a camel. Students, if you observe camel, desert animal, it is present in hump of the camel. Next, act as shock absorber in palms of hand and soles of the feet. Okay, student, it is about the adipose tissue. Adipose tissue, student, it is of two types. Again, adipose tissue divides into two types. One is white adipose tissue. Second one is brown adipose tissue. What about the white adipose tissue? Present in adults. It is mostly present in adults, predominant in adults. Adipocyte with a single large lipid droplet. Student, monolacular, single large lipid droplet, also called monolacular. Lacular means small cavity present in the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm that shows the space, that shows the cavity like small cavity like arrangement. Okay, small bubble like arrangement, that is called that is formed with the lipid, that is called single large lipid droplet, hence named with monolacular. Okay, peripheral cytoplasm and the nucleus. Metabolically it is less active. Student, if you observe the cells present in the white adipose tissue that consists single large lipid droplet, monolacular, and student, by the presence of the large lipid droplet, cytoplasm and the nucleus reaches to the periphery, reaches adjacent to the plasma membrane of the adipocyte. Okay, next, cytoplasm nucleus occupies small amount of the space in the cytoplasm in the cell. Next, metabolically less active. Metabolically it is less active. Okay, Next, brown adipose tissue. Brown adipose tissue, student, it is found in fetus and infants. Infants means young baby. Okay. Next, fetuses. Fetuses after the 8 weeks from the conception. Okay, which is develops in the uterus of the female reproductive system. After the 8 weeks, developing embryo after the 8 weeks from the conception, after the conception, that is called fetus. It is brown adipose tissue present in fetus and infants, and it is with more lipid droplets. More lipid droplets, student. It is also called multilocular. Much amount of the lipid droplets is present in the cytoplasm, and also with much amount of the mitochondria. Mitochondria is also more in the cytoplasm of the adipocyte present in brown adipose tissue. Next, metabolically active, okay, and produces heat to maintain the body temperature. Okay, student. More mitochondria releases much amount of the energy, and metabolical processes are more in this type of the tissue, in this type of the cells, and by releasing of the much amount of the energy, and at the same time heat is also generated, temperature is also generated from the cell, and it is helps to maintain the body temperature. A student, more vascular means much amount of the blood vessels, blood capillaries are also present in this type of tissue. Next, student, third type, reticular tissue. What about the reticular tissue? Contains cells called fibroblasts. Fibroblasts are the cells present in the reticular tissue. These are called reticular cells. Okay, student, and secretes fibers. These are the cells, fibroblasts, which are called reticular cells, which are present in the reticular tissue, secretes fibers to form the network-like structure in this type of the reticular tissue. Okay. Next, student, supporting framework. This provides supporting framework for lymphoid organs. Lymphoid organs present in the body such as bone marrow, spleen, lymph nodes, mucosa associated lymphoid tissue. These are different types of the lymphoid organs in the body which produce lymphocytes and immune cells in the body. Okay, some amount of the blood cells are produced by lymphoid organs, and immune cells which kills the microorganisms in the body. The type of the immune system is with the involvement of the immune cells. Immune cells is also produces from the lymphoid organs. Student, reticular tissue forms the framework in the lymphoid organs such as bone marrow. Bone marrow present in the bones, inner part of the bones. Okay, bone marrow produce blood cells and the immune cells in the body. And spleen is the one of the lymphoid organ, and it is located at the left portion of the abdomen. Okay, student, and just behind the stomach, and student, below the diaphragm. It is the location of the spleen. Student, left higher portion, it is located at the left upper portion. Left upper portion of the abdomen, behind the stomach, and also at the below the region of the diaphragm. Okay, student, it is about the location of the spleen. And lymph nodes, small node like structure, these are present throughout the lymphatic system in the body. These are lymph nodes, act as a lymphoid organs. In these organs, reticular tissue forms the framework. Next, student, it is the reticular tissue also forms the reticular lamina of the basal membrane. Next, dense connective tissue. What about the dense connective tissue, student? It is the dense connective tissue consists fibers and consists fibroblast cells, and it is of three types. Dense connective tissue, that is divides into three types, students. And in this first one, dense regular connective tissue. Next, second one, dense irregular connective tissue. Third one, elastic connective tissue. What about the dense regular connective tissue? Student, dense connective tissue that consists of fibers and fibroblast cells. Most amount of the matrix is with the fibers and also with the fibroblast cells. In this first one, dense regular connective tissue, collagen fibers are regularly arranged. Collagen fibers, which is made up with the protein collagen. Collagen fibers produces from the fibroblast cells, and these are the fibers arranged parallel to one another in the form of the bundles. Okay, collagen fibers available in the form of the bundles arranged in parallel manner. Okay, student. Next, what about the tendons and the ligaments? Tendons is the dense regular connective tissue attaches skeletal muscle to bone. Students, skeletal muscle means that is the muscle attaches to the bone. That is called skeletal muscle. Muscle attaches to the any part of the bone in the body, that is called skeletal muscle. Skeletal muscle is attaches to bone by the help of the dense regular connective tissue, that is called tendon. Next, in this ligaments, what about the ligaments? That means dense regular connective tissue that attaches the bone to the another bone. One of the bone in the body attaches to the another bone by the help of the dense regular connective tissue. Okay, student, that is called ligaments. It is the differences between tendon and the ligament. Next, dense irregular connective tissue. What is the meaning of dense irregular connective tissue? Student, collagen fibers are irregularly arranged. Okay, it is not shows the parallel arrangement of the collagen fibers. Irregularly arrangement of the collagen fibers. Student, in this, for examples, where it is present, periosteum, endosteum, pericardium, heart walls, and giant capsule, and a deeper part of the dermis of skin. Student, what is the meaning of periosteum? Outer layer of the bone, outer layer of the long bone, strong bone, that is covered with the periosteum. Next, endosteum, inner surface of the long bone, that is covered with the endosteum. Inner part of the bone, that is covered with the endosteum. Next, pericardium, outer layer of the heart, that is surrounds with the pericardium. Heart walls, bicuspid wall, tricuspid walls. Next, giant capsule, one of the bone joined with the another bone by the formation of the giant capsule. Okay. Next, deeper part of the dermis of skin. Dermis, it is the below the epidermis of the skin, and deeper part of the dermis of skin. These are all the parts in the body is formed with the dense irregular connective tissue. Next, third one in the dense connective tissue, that is elastic connective tissue. Elastic connective tissue that consists of elastic fibers, which gives the yellowish in color. Yellowish elastic fibers present in this. Next, shows the extension and the recoil. Shows the extension. Shows the extension and returns into original size, original structure. Shows extension and the recoil. Student, where it is present? Wall of the arteries. Arteries are the one type of the blood vessel which supplies the oxygenated blood and the nutrients to the body tissues, body organs, body parts. Wall of the arteries. Vocal cords. Vocal cords are present in the region of the wall of pharynx. Okay, student, wall of throat. Okay, these are the string-like structures present in the larynx. Okay, larynx is the sound producing organ in the human beings. Vocal cords which produces the sound. Vocal cords, trachea, windpipe. It is the part of the respiratory system. Bronchi. Okay, elastic ligament between the vertebra. Student, vertebral column are the backbone. It is the main character which is shown by the vertebrates from the fishes to the mammals. Fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds, mammals. These are the animals shows the vertebral column or the backbone at the dorsal part of the body. Vertebral column are the backbone that shows the serial arrangement of the vertebrae. Each one of the vertebrae combines with the attaches with the adjacent vertebrae with the help of the elastic ligament that is also made up with the elastic connective tissue.